There are different call control protocols like H323, SIP, SCCP, and MGCP. In this course, we will be focusing more on H323 and SIP, and we will do a lab to initialize these call control signaling also. So let's see what are the advantages and disadvantages of these protocols, starting off with H323. Some advantages are H323 is a standard protocol. It is an open standard protocol, so can be supported by any vendors, supported by many VoIP vendors. It is stable and mature. It's supported for modern VoIP features. Whereas some disadvantages are the peer-to-peer architecture leads to complex configuration. So H323 is a bit complex compared to some other call control protocols. It uses binary encoding of signaling messages, which makes it tough to troubleshoot. H323 represents a suite of protocols like voice, video, data, so it requires more processing power in terms of processor and memory. These are some disadvantages of it. Another call control protocol we have is SCCP. SCCP is a Cisco protocol. Some advantages and disadvantages are these. Advantages: Cisco can deploy new features and capabilities without requiring any major revisions to industry standard protocol because it is proprietary. So it is just Cisco which will decide what new features to be launched, what are the capabilities to be changed or upgraded, and so on. That's what Cisco says is an advantage for it. Disadvantages, on the other hand, is it can only work with Cisco call processing softwares or CUCM, no other or non-Cisco devices. MGCP advantages and disadvantages are MGCP is another call control protocol. It gives you a centralized configuration. It is media gateway control protocol, so which is basically used for gateway purposes when you have a configuration uh, required for outside network or external networks, gateway, provide gateway configuration. Also for fallback purpose, like for high availability, we use it. So MGCP gives a centralized configuration. Minimal configuration on gateways is required. So as in the perspective of configuration, it is like easier or more administrator friendly. Less administrative work is there compared to some other call control protocols where there is a complex configuration. Disadvantage is support is limited compared to earlier counterparts, so not supported on all the vendors. MGCP relies on call agent becomes single point of failure in the event communication between voice gateway and call agent is broken. So as MGCP relies on the call agent, it becomes sometimes a single point of failure. So if the call agent fails, so the entire communication will fail. Then there is SIP, which is very commonly used nowadays. It is an open standard protocol. So let's see the disadvantages and advantages of SIP. So advantages are it is supported across multiple vendors as it is open standard. It uses AC test-based signaling, which provides ease of troubleshooting compared to the binary support or binary coding being used by some other protocols. It uses many standards such as DNS, HTTPS, and RTP for addressing and signaling. Supports for modern voice features. This is more like the blooming protocol with a lot of changes in it. Enhancements are being done, and is the one which is commonly used now. Some disadvantages of SIP are AC-based text signaling needs more bandwidth. So it makes it easy to troubleshoot, but it is also taking more bandwidth. So this can be a drawback or a disadvantage in some networks where you have a constraint of bandwidth. SIP is still an evolving standard, so cross-vendor feature support is not always guaranteed. So as I said, it is enhancing and it is an evolving protocol. It is already being used, but there are very frequent changes into it and new features are being added. Sometimes not all those features are supported by all the vendors.